Okay. Now let's now look at, can we see the board?
Not yet.
Can we see the board now?
It's coming up.
Now, this is a direct approach. How do we go from here? We have Now, we start with balance as per cash book. Put it here. Now say add unpresented lodgement. Under the unpresented lodgement, we have unpresented checks. We have credit transfer. Credit transfer. We have dividend. We have interest received. We have balance check. Over overcast overcast payment. Under cast received. Other bank errors. Total this together, we put it here. We also come here, say less on credited lottery. Under here, we have on credited here. We have standing order. Standing order. We have bank charges slash information. We also have check. Honor check. We have overcast with under past payment. Order errors. Without here. Now put everything here. It will now be called balance as per bank. Any question on this? Hello?
Hi, sir. No question.
Okay, somebody, Biodun, they don't expect that you are new as bank reconciliation is concerned, that they should expect giving you definition. It seems what you have done in the past is only the practical aspect of it they want to put across to you, saying that there are other means that you need to also have idea of what reconciliation is all about. But in a simple analysis, bank reconciliation statement is the statement prepared in order to know the difference between the bank statement and the cash flow. That's the purpose. It's not something special. We've done it when we're in secondary school. We've done it when we're in university. It's only the practical part of it we want to bring on board. But there are other things that will be added to this as we are going. Are we good to go? Any question?
No, it's the cash office definition that you are talking about that I said it's not, it's not intuitive.
They expect that you have idea. That's why they
Okay.
just give explanation of their
Okay.
function. And cash office is not but what? It's an office where financial transactions are being carried out in terms of cash receipts and cash what? Payment. Hello?
Thank you,
Hi.
sir.
Okay. Now, this is the first phase, which is direct method. Now, let's now look at indirect method. What are the things that are meant to change? Now, let's look at it from the second part. Here we have adjusted cash book. Under this one, we follow the normal our accounting system. Look at it. We have the debit and the credit side. Now, the first thing to recognize there is what? Opening balance. Balance brought down. Assuming that cash book is what? It has a debit balance because it's already normally supposed to have a debit balance, except otherwise. And except otherwise, the way you are going to treat it is different. It is the credit balance is going to be at the credit side. If you have a debit balance, it's going to be at the side. Then what are the things to increase what is to be at the debit side? Such as what? Credit transfer. You transfer money to your account. Credit transfer. You have dividend. You pay dividend without notifying you into your account. You also have it there. You receive interest in your account without telling you interest. The check that you issue out and the thing bounce back is going to increase the money in your account. Bounce check. Then here we now have overcast payment. Undercast receipts. At this side, we have standing order, we have bank charges, all this. All this. you get it? We have standing order, bank charges, dishonor check, what do you call it? Overcast receipts, undercast payments. Then we have balance, carried out. And we now come after this, we now come here and prepare bank reconciliation statement. This is how it looks like. In this scenario, many things are meant to change under here. What are those things that are meant to change? I will copy this. Now, here, the first thing we are going to have here is what? Balance as per adjusted cash book. And here, we now have all this. Not everything, because I'm going to delete some that are not supposed to be there. We'll see it now. Now, what are those things that are not supposed to be there? Let's look at it. That have appeared here above. All these.
Credit transfer, dividend, interest received, bank check, overpass,
All these
other
will
bank
be
errors.
erased from there. Here also, all these will be deleted from there. What we now have at the end of the day. This is what we are going to have at the end of the day. This is what it's going to look like at the end of the day. Only unpresented check and bank error, uncredited check and bank error. Then what we are going to have here. This will now be balanced as per bank statement. Any question, please? Are they the same thing? Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes?
And please, can you give an example of the other bank errors?
Yes.
Any example?
Now, in this scenario, I need to make it clear to all of you that you need to have idea of what is bank error is. I mean, what is error is all about. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Now, what are we talking about here? That we need to have an idea of based on what we have analyzed. We know that errors are mistakes committed in the process of posting or transferring of figure from one account to another account. We have two types of error. Take note. We have error that will affect the trial balance and error that will not affect trial balance, which is also part of what you are going to be seeing in your reconciliation. Now, what are these type of error we are referring to? Error that will affect the trial balance. We have errors of single entry. We have transposition error. We have partial omission or partial entry. Those ones are the error that will affect the trial balance. When we talk of error that will not affect trial balance, we have what we call error of principle. We have error of commission. We have error of omission. Complete omission, not partial. Complete omission, which is partial, that will affect the trial balance. But if it is complete omission, it will not affect the trial balance. Errors of original entry, when you capture the wrong figure from the source document, that's the error of original entry. We have compensating error. When one error cancels out another error. We have what we call error of principle. That is when you do a wrong classification of account. Account that's supposed to be account that's supposed to be in assets, you put it on expenses. That is wrong classification. Error of principle. Complete omission, you omit it completely from the book. Don't even put it at all. Compensating error. Listen now, compensating error. That is a situation whereby one error cancel out another error. Error of what? Complete reversal of an entry. The account that's supposed to be debited was mistaken. Vice versa. Another error that's likely to occur is what we call error of commission. That's a result of what? The error that occurs as a result of similar names. That is the one that likely occur in the bank, such as what? You send a check of 1 million naira to the bank that they should credit one of your customers. When they check your customers, you have somebody bearing Tola, you have somebody bearing Tolu. Mistakenly, they now debit the account of Tolu in place of what? Tola. That is error of what? Similar names. That one can occur in the bank. Or mistakenly, they transfer some money into your account without telling you. And it is supposed not to be in your account. They need to notify you that this money is not for you. That is an error. You yourself, you can also take note of that. That is those are the banking error. Or mistakenly, they charge you what is supposed not to charge you. Those ones, they are bank error. Any question? Any other question, please? Hello?
No question, sir. No question.
Okay. Now, on that note, we can now look at it. Let's go back to where we are coming from before we get to this level. Let's go back to that drawing board. Okay. We now move from there back to where we have all those documents required for preparation of bank reconciliation statements. What are those documents? You need bank statements, you need cash book, you need check summary, you need check stub, you need pay-in slip, you need last bank reconciliation statement, you need the debit and credit advice. This will have such. Then we also indicate picking or extract the cash book. Those are the steps you are meant to take when you are reconciling your account. You have what we call previous month's bank statements. You need to check your previous bank statement. And all those things are stated. There's some way of bank statement. There we have what we call unpresented check. We indicate what it is for unpresented check, which I've explained before. Uncredited check, I've also explained. Credit in the bank, but not in the cash book. Those are the likely things. Debit in the bank, but not in the cash book. All these are things that are likely to affect your bank statement, your cash book. Now, look at question here. Before coming up to this place, some scenario will come whereby they will invite you as an external auditor or external consultant to come and help them to sort out the account issues. In that scenario, you are meant to report back to those who engage you. Do you understand? You are meant to report back to them. How do you meant to report? Or in your organization, your head of department asks you to reconcile account and give him the details. You're also meant to report back to your boss. How are you now meant to do the reporting? The reporting has a standard. If it is within the same organization, we call it internal memo. You write a memo when you are doing your reporting with your computation. And if it is an external person they engage, such a person is meant to prepare what we call informal letter on the letterhead. If it is within the organization, you are meant to prepare internal memo. If it is outside the organization, that is an outsourcing work. They outsource the work to an outsider, the consultant. Then such person will meant to prepare what we call a report, and that report will be in form of what? Formal letter. What are the headings that you are meant to what to put in place? The report must have the 5 headings. What are these you are meant to know? All these are not part of what is, but in case you are giving such question, what you are meant to do. One, the first thing to look into is your terms of reference. How do they engage you? Or what do they engage you? What do they ask you to come and do? That is terms of reference. After the terms of reference, you are meant to put in place what we call method of findings. What and what do you require of before you can get your findings to come up with something? Then you now come up, what and what did you discover? Your observation, your findings. After your findings, you have the conclusion. What do you think has happened to the organization? After your conclusion, then you have your recommendation. Then you end your letter. If it is letter, it's going to be yours representing your organization. If it is memo, you also put it there. Thanks for your time. Sign. Answer. Any question? Any question?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm with you.
Yeah, sir. Most of the times you find out that some organizations do not have a coherent cash booking system, but they want you to prepare bank reconciliation for them. Now,
Okay.
the only instrument, the only equipment you have within your reach is their cash book, their checkbook, their stub, and their bank statements. How would you work back? What will you rely on to be their cash balances, sir?
Okay. In an organization, where there is no structure, let me use that word, because on a good day, any money that is going out, there must be a record. Even though you are not using a software, if you are using a software, no problem, but you are not using a software, you now notice that they don't have a record. Then you now need to look at it, how that particular cash, how is it flowing in and how is it flowing out? RDB, they have a good auditor. The auditor will ask them to be putting those things down on a what? On a system. Even though they are not having what? Experience on how, they don't have an experienced person. The money, they will note it. How the money is going out, what they use the money for, they will note it. If at the end of the day, such a person wants to work back, they can work back on that. Where you don't have a structure, it will be very, very difficult for you to reconcile because you don't have information. It is the information that is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
But as an accountant, there is always a way out to solve the problem. If it's a practical one, like the way we normally do it. What we just need to do, what and what do they use the money for? This and that. Do they have a voucher? Is it a cash payment that they use to do their voucher? Is it this and that? By the time we start doing the query, what they use, or what and what they are using, what the cash for, to be able to trace back and work back on that. Any other question? Any other question? Okay. Absent of no question. Look at question 1 and question 2. Can you solve them based on what we have done today? Look at question 1, question 2. I know you cannot solve question 3. I didn't direct the question 3 to you.
An attempt, sir.
What is it?
An attempt.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Will you attempt question 1? What about question 2? Since you people agree on attempting question 1, look at question 2. Can you solve question 2? Look at question 2. Can you solve it? What do you say about question number 2?
Same, sir. Maybe we can try it, sir.
You can try question number 2, Abi.
We can try it in class, sir.
What do you say?
We can try it in class, sir.
I should try question number 2 in class here, Abi.
Yes, sir.
I'm giving question 1 to you as an assignment. Go and do that one. That one is very
Let's solve it, oh. Let's solve number 1. No, I don't know whether Lakule want to solve it for us. That is saying he will try. He try. Where is the time?
Look at it. It's very direct. There is nothing special in this. We said
Yes,
cash book of Zulu local government shows a debit balance of 105 as at 30th November 2008. However, the bank statement shows a credit balance of 505, which means the account does not balance. On an investigation, the following were discovered. We have check number 51522 and 3232552 for 2,000 and 3,000 respectively. have not been presented for payment. Interest on investment of 1,000 has not been posted in the cash book. A sum of 2,000 paid into the bank was credited only after the bank statement was issued. Bank charges of 1,000 have not been recorded in the main treasury cash book. You are required to prepare bank reconciliation statement. This is a direct question. Now, what do we do from here? Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can you see the board?
Not yet, sir.
Can you see the board now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm using the same. They said this is Zulu local government. Now, I'm deleting all this. Now, from the question, what is your balance as per cash book? From the question,
502,000.
50 balance as per cash book.
It's 502,000.
502,000, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Now, unpresented lodgement from the question. What was the first one?
2,000.
What did they call it?
Check number 51522.
What is it? Is it unpresented or uncredited? You need to bring it on board.
Unpresented check. Unpresented check.
Unpresented. Unpresented checks. How much? Now, give us the
2,000.
check number. What was the check number for the first one?
51522.
51522. 51522. Amount.
2,000.
2,000. The next one.
Check number
What's the next
32552.
number? What's it?
32552.
32552. Okay.
3,000.
Amount
3,000.
3,000. What else again?
Interest on investment.
Interest on what?
Investment.
Interest how much is that?
1,000.
What else again? What's the next
I
one?
think that's all, sir. For unprecedented lodgement.
Okay. Addition of this will give us what?
6,000.
6,000. We recorded it there. Then uncredited lodgement.
You have uncredited check.
Uncredited check. Any number for that?
No number, sir.
How much?
2,000.
The next one,
Bank charges.
how much is that?
1,000.
1.
1,000.
Okay. Addition of this will give us 3,000.
3,000.
Abi?
Yes, sir.
We now less it. Is it correct?
Yes.
That is consideration you have done. This is the direct method. Direct method. Let's look at question number 2. Solution to question 2. Can we read the second question? What does it say we should do?
Adjusted cash book.
It said
And
we should get
cancellation.
the adjustment for cash. Okay? Let's all prepare
Yes, sir.
that one. What's the name of the organization, the one we are doing now?
Igwe local government.
Igwe local government. Adjusted cash book. Here we have debit. Here we have what? Credit. Now, can we read the information?
The
What do
cash
we
book of
have?
Igwe local government.
Continue.
The cash book of Igwe local government council has a credit balance of 21,000 on 30th June 2020
Credit balance,
excess.
the balance
Yes, sir.
go down. 21,000, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue.
The bank statement showed a debit balance of 56,400.
Okay.
An investigation into the difference in figures revealed the following information. The
Okay.
bank had paid 40,000 on 29 June by way of standing order.
I'm coming. By way of standing order, Abi.
Yes, sir.
We'll come here. Standing order will be here. Standing order. How much?
40,000.
40,000. Okay.
A check of 103,700. That's big. A check for 103,700 sent to a supplier on 30th June was not paid by the bank until 6th July.
Okay. That is, the person did not present it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The bank did not pay for the check is not being paid for until when he now presented it, which is an unpresented check. It did not enter the adjusted. Let's go to the next one.
A check valued 168,000 paid into bank on 28/6/20 excess was not credited until 3rd July 20 excess.
Credited check.
On 20th June, a check for 11,400 received from an insurance company was posted in the cash book as 71,400.
They received the money, but mistakenly they state the amount in their books. 11,000 being received, but they now overstate it by what? 71,000. You now look for the difference. We call it what? Overcast receipt. Overcast receipt. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Look for the difference. The difference between the two of them is what? The 71,000 Abi minus 11,000 Abi. That's it, 60,000.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it clear?
Yes, sir.
The next one.
E, 130,000 naira drawn from the deposit account had been shown in the cash book as withdrawal from the current account.
Now, what type of error is that? I've explained those errors today. What type of error? What type of error is that?
This is transposition error.
Look at it very well. It's not transposition. Look at it, it's not transposition. When you look at it, you know where to debit and whether you have debited or not. One class. Do you know what you do? Confirm whether you are meant to debit. What do you say something the other time? What type of error is it? That is when you will know. It is not transposition. Look at it. If it's a transposition error, that is, you move a wrong figure. When you are moving a particular figure, you want to move 21,000, but mistakenly you have entered it as what? 12,000. That is transposition. But this one, you have an account. You withdraw money from this deposit account. Mistakenly, you now recorded it in what? Current account of your cash book.
Okay.
What error is that?
Error.
What is it?
Compensating.
Compensating
Error.
Why did I call compensating error the other time? What is compensating error?
Is it transposition?
When an error cancels out another error, that is compensating error.
Error.
Transposition error, when you move a particular figure from a particular place, but you have entered a wrong figure in another account. That is transposition. In the place of moving figure, you mistakenly write wrong figure. That is transposition.
I think this is error of complete reversal.
Complete reversal error. The account that's supposed to be debited was mistakenly credited, and vice versa. That is complete reversal of an error.
Okay.
Continue. Which of error again? Oh yeah. Which of the errors do you want to tell me again?
Okay, I think this is complete omission.
It's not omission. You can see
It was omitted from the deposit. I mean, from the deposit account.
The account is supposed to be the bank account where the figure supposed to, where the record supposed to go to. The record did not go to.
So it's error of commission.
Commission is as a result of what? Similar names.
Okay.
I'm with you now. Oh yeah.
Okay, will this error affect the cash book?
It will not affect the cash book.
Okay.
It will not.
And so that should be error of principle, sir.
Principle.
Error of what?
Principle.
Wrong classification. Error of principle. Wrong classification. Supposed to go to this deposit account. They mistakenly put it in what? Current account. Wrong classification. Error of principle. Then they will move it away from where they have entered it, where they have credited it, and move it to the way account that's supposed to go to. They will debit this account and credit what? They will debit this cash book account, and the second leg will now go to where? We go to fixed deposit account. We now put it here. Fixed deposit. How much? 130,000.
So how do we get that 60,000, sir, please?
71,000 minus 11,000.
Thank you, sir.
Then the second leg of this fixed deposit is going to go to what? Fixed deposit account. They will credit that account. Debit this, will credit that. What's the next transaction?
Bank charges of 1,100 shown in the bank statement.
Charges. How much is the bank charges?
1,100.
1,100. Which one again?
That's also.
That's all. What's now the addition? What's the difference?
The difference is 67,900.
Which side is higher?
The debit side is higher.
Debit side is higher.
Oh,
The
okay.
balance carried down would be how much? Is it
8,900.
correct?
Okay. Yeah, it's correct, sir.
Yeah. Let's now go and prepare reconciliation statements. Do we have unpresented check? What is
Yes, sir.
this one? Will now be balance as per adjusted cash book. How much is it?
7,900.
Presented check. What do we have?
Unpresented check is 103,700.
Just only one.
Yes, sir.
Does it have a check number?
No check number, sir.
Okay. What do you call the figure?
103,700.
103,700. Is that what we have? Any other one? Is that all?
Yes, sir. Then we have uncredited check.
For me. Okay, we have uncredited check of how much?
Uncredited check of 168,000.
168,000. Abi?
Yes, sir.
How much is our bank balance? Please check. Is it correct?
It's correct, sir.
That's all. Any question? Any question? Any question? We are tired.
Not at all. We are not.
What is it?
We are tired, but no questions.
Okay. Then look at the last question. What is your position on the last question? Do you want to go and work things out on that? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Look at that question. Do you want to go and try? Because that one require writing of reports.
This is an examinable question. No. Let's solve it.
Let's solve it.
Let's solve it. This is an examinable question. No.
What is it?
I said this is an examinable question now.
That is the question. That question has came out twice.
Aha. Aha.
They play.
It was tested in 2014 and was tested in 2017.
Assignment.
You want to go and try, Abi?
No. Olakule, please no.
They play.
It's like
okay, let's go to the question.
Working, Abi, so you have the whole time.
Let's go to the question. The following transactions were recorded in the book of Zamaru Housing Corporation for the year ended 31st December 2008. We're giving all this information. Then the general manager, finance and admin, on getting the bank statement for the month of December, is worried that things are not well with the corporation account. He obtained the approval from the management that reconciliation of the account being done by an outside consultant. You are subsequently appointed for the assignment. Your preliminary investigation reveals the following information. A, 1,370 prospective land users deposited 5,000 naira each, while 580 deposited 10,000 naira each for high and low density area of the new estate. B, included in the payment for the construction of estate are various duplicated vouchers amounted to 4,500,000. The bank balance as per the statement on 31st December 2008 was 9,780,300. Uncredited check amounted to 3,450,000, while the unpresented check was 2,168,900. There was some falsification in bills for the items bought for provision of water. The amount, this amounted to 1,780,900. The standing order for insurance premium was 100,750. While bank charges and commission amounted to 72,120. You are required to prepare the necessary reconciliation that will reveal the extent of fraud that have been committed during the year. What are we going to start with? What will we do? Hello?
Hi.
We have read everything. And I think you also see what we have there. What is the first thing to do?
I think we would have to prepare a cash book from fresh.
To do is to prepare cash book, because that cash book has not been prepared. You only have the opening balance, we don't have the closing balance. We need to prepare the cash book first before we can reconcile the account. Is it clear? Hello? Hello?
Sir, we're with you, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
what do they call the local government?
Zamaru Housing Corporation.
Hope you can see the board because I've started the solution.
Yes, sir.
Housing Corporation. Cash book for the month for the year ended 31st December 2000 and what?
2008.
What is our opening balance?
10
How much is
million
our opening balance?
750,000.
What do you say?
10 million 750,000.
10 million 750,000. Can we get the receipt or the receipt items?
DVRA entry subvention received.
Okay, subvention. Come here. Subvention. How much is the subvention?
27,500.
500.
The subvention is how much?
27,500,000.
27,500.
57.
27,500,000.
500.
27 million.
Yes. 500,000.
$27,500,000. The next one,
Interest from investment.
interest investment. How much?
1,750,840.
1,750,840.
840.
Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
The next one.
Rent on property.
Rent on property. How much?
5,650,175.
175. Okay.
Sir, the ground rent, I think that should be a payment.
What do you say?
I said the ground rent, I'm not sure, but I think that should be a payment.
No, I'm not sure it's a payment though.
Rent on property is this. The ground rent is also under receipt. Is that clear?
Okay.
It's a
All
housing
those ones are
corporation,
under
it's a
receipt.
rent.
Is that clear?
Hmm.
How much
Yes.
is the ground rent?
Ground rent,
Ground rent is how much?
8,400,500.
The next one.
Savings deposit.
No.
What do you say?
That savings deposit.
Saving deposit. How much is that?
3,140,500.
140,500. What else again?
Deposit for land.
You miss grants for construction of estate.
How much is deposit for land?
Oh, okay. 9,500,300.
9,000,000.
500,300.
500, 300. Which one again?
Grant for, I think before grant for construction of estate.
Grant for construction of estate.
$25 million.
How much?
25 million, 650,
25 million.
750.
25 million.
650, 750. 650, 750. Yes.
650, 750, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Please confirm. Is it correct?
It's correct, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Is that all?
Yes, sir.
That is your debt, your cash book. We are done with that, which is total of this one is 92,343 and 65. Then payment. What make up the payment, please?
DVEA entry personnel cost.
Okay. Personnel cost. Personnel. How much is that?
18,400,500.
18 million.
400, 500.
The next one.
Next one is travel and transport.
Travel and transport. How much?
3,500,200.
500. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What's the next one?
The next one is telephone services.
Telephone phone services. How much is that?
1,200,750.
1,200,750. Uh-huh.
Next one is repairs of property.
Repairs of properties, Abi.
Yes, sir.
How much is that?
2,434,125.
2,434. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
The next one.
Stationery.
What is it?
Stationery.
Stationery. How much is that?
450,930.
450. Uh-huh.
Provision of water for estates.
Provision of water for estates. How much?
7,150,300.
7,150,300. Uh-huh.
Consultancy services.
Consultancy services. How much?
1,500,000.
Welcome to another
630.
session of Program Accountancy Tutorials.
What did
Today we
you
are
say?
going
1,500,630.
1,500,630. Okay.
Training and staff development.
Training and staff development. How much?
500,780.
500,780. The next one.
Auditing and staff development.
Auditing and staff development. How much is that?
750,000.
Eh?
750,000.
750,000. Uh-huh.
Entertainment and hospitality.
Entertainment. How much?
250,000.
50,000. What else again?
Construction of estate.
Construction.
Of estate.
Construction of estate. How much?
17,803, 790.
803,
790.
790. Correct? Please
The
look at
next
the
one
figure.
is,
Correct?
yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Construction of access road.
What do you say?
Construction of access roads.
Okay. Construction. How much?
4,200,300.
4 million.
200,
Huh?
300.
Okay.
4,200,300.
200, 300. Okay.
That's awesome.
Again. What
That's
else
all.
again? Okay.
That is all. That's all.
Okay, okay. This is what we have here. Then what is our closing balance? Balance carried out. We are done for the first phase of the question. Now let's look at the second phase of the question. The second phase of the question is bank reconciliation statement. Now, to reconcile the account, now this one will now be balance
Cash book.
per cash book. How much is our balance in our cash book? This is what we are.
34,200, 760.
Okay. Then we now bring on board, add
Unpresented
unpresented
lodgement.
lodgement. Now, what do we have? Do we have anything like unpresented check in the question?
Mm.
Oh yeah, check. Do we have unpresented check? And what are the other unpresented items? Uja, my people, please. Time has gone.
Unpresented check.
Check.
Yeah.
Unpresented check.
How much is it?
2,168,900.
How much do you call it?
2,168,900.
2,168,900, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any other unpresented lodgement items you have? Any other one? Okay. In another way now, what do you think will also increase the money that's supposed to be in the organization? Look at the question. before I will now say something because I want you to also think. Check your additional information.
And I think the first one is 1,370 prospective landholder deposited 5,000 naira each.
Yes.
While 580 deposited 10,000 for high and low area of the new estate. That should
Okay.
increase
The
our
money
cash flow.
happy. Now, fine for your good observation. Now, you cannot in that direction. What you need to do now is this. You need to go for your workings. Let's go for working notes now. Working note 1. Deposit for land, Abi. They deposited money for land, Abi. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
not the money they deposited? We have 5,000. What do you call it? Hello, can you read that particular thing again? We can be able to come up with the figure.
1,370 prospective landholder
370
deposited.
prospective, Abi.
Yes,
370
landowner.
prospective landowner, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Land owner deposited. How much they deposited?
5,000 naira each.
That one will now give us what?
6,850,000.
Times 5,000. We are expecting 6 million plus from that end, Abi.
Yes, sir.
What's the second phase of that? The same question. There's another part.
580 deposited 10,000.
580 deposited. How much?
10,000.
10,000 each. Abi?
Yes, sir.
For high and low, then it that will give us what? 580 times 10,000.
5.8.
The total money that's supposed to be deposited in the bank supposed to be how much?
5,650,000.
Supposed to be 12 million. How much do we now have in the bank? Deposit for land in the bank. Deposit
9,500,300.
land in the bank statement.
Where is EFCC?
How much do you say you have?
9,500,300.
9,500,300. Abi?
Yes, sir.
EFCC. Oh.
Are you calling EFCC for them?
Wallahi.
They did not steal as much as Yaya Bello.
Ah.
is not for Yaya Bello zone. Okay, now here we now have what we call short falls, Abi. In
So
deposit.
give it the real name. If you call it shortfall, it looks like a fashion designing. Ajibole deductible.
Okay. Do we say they funded the company? Oh, don't worry. You will write it in your report. Shortfall. Shortfall for deposit, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Deposit. For land. Short. Now, this amount will be added back here. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is part of the money we are looking for. Okay. The next one. Any other thing we also have here?
I think included in the payment for the construction of estates are various duplicated vouchers amounting to 4,500,000.
Duplicated vouchers. Okay, now people duplicated voucher. How much is that? 4 million.
500,000.
500,000. What's the next one?
Okay. There was information E. There was some falsification in the bills for the item bought for the provision of water. This amounted to 1,789,900.
Fees for verification. How much?
1,780,000. 1,780,900.
780,900. Any other one?
I think that's also.
Okay. Simply means how much is the total money here? $11.59 million in this part. Then we also go back to less
Uncredited.
uncredited lodgement. What are the uncredited lodgements we have?
Uncredited check.
Uncredited check. How much?
3,450,000.
3,450,000, Nabi.
Yes, sir.
The next one.
Standing order for insurance premium.
Standing order. How much?
100,750.
What else again?
Bank charges. and commission.
Bank charge. How much is that?
72,125.
72.
125.
Any other one?
That is all.
Look at what we have in the bank. Expected bank balance. Actual bank balance, how much?
9 million.
Actual bank balance. 9 million
780,300.
780,300. Simply means we are looking for 32 million. Missing fund. 32 million.
So yeah, take this.
That is the money that are missing.
It's more money compared to that of Yaya Bello.
Now, so it takes that.
I can't laugh, oh, please. I don't want to talk about Yaya Bello issue. Go and leave Yaya Bello. Let's talk about our own problem. Okay. We can, from this one now, you can now come up with a report based on what I told you. I will send a report to you. I've written some for those people I lectured 2 weeks ago. I'm coming, whether I can be able to get the report. I'm coming on. I want to check my record, whether I have it. Okay, let me open it. Oh, yeah, look at it, please. Look at it. September 8, 2024. The General Manager, Finance and Admin Department, Samaru Housing Corporation, after putting my own letterhead. This is my letterhead that I use. I said, dear Sir Omar, report on bank and cash reconciliation of Samaru Housing Estate. With reference to the appointed letter received from Samaru Housing Corporation for the reconciliation of the entity bank's accounts and cash book on a fraudulent matter in terms of cash and bank transaction for the period of January to December 2008. We hereby review and accept the assignment to be assignment being assigned to us. In the course of carrying out our assignment on the investigation on the entity's record provided by the Samaru Finance and Administration Department, such as voucher booklets, receipt booklets, checkbook, we have requisition, we have bank reconciliation, we have bank statement, cash book, and other related documents. After proper investigation and examination of the provided documents, we'll have been able to reconcile the account of Samaru Housing Corporation. In the course of this assignment, we discovered the following issues: poor recording system, poor monthly reconciliation, poor internal control system, poor management control, all difference in the expected bank balance and the actual bank balance amounted to 32,397,085 naira. In relation to the support given to us by the banks and the staff of Samaru Housing Corporation, it is well clear that there is a lot of issue relating to the finance in the organization in terms of fraud and poor accounting system, and this is having negative impact on the entity's financial operation. This simply means that there is a lot of fraud in the organization that the entity needs to pay attention to. On this note, we hereby advise the organization to carry out further investigation in order to trace those staff that are really involved in the fraudulent acts. The entity also needs to look inwardly in the following area in order to eliminate future occurrence of this situation: internal control system, accounting system, setting of cash limit for all the accounting officer, periodic check of cash book, periodic check of bank statement, and monthly reconciliation. All these are necessary for financial stability of Samaru Corporation. For more understanding and proper clarification, see the attached computation as per the reconciliation based on the available document. Thank you. Yours truly, Ways Consulting Concept. Signature, name. Any question?
Okay, even if the management didn't want to take any action before, this one that you have written, they will go and arrest all the people.
Okay, I will forward all these things to you. You can also take your time to go through them to be able to prepare yourself in case something like this should come out. We will know what and what to do. Thank you for being part of today's class. God be with you. Our next class, we are meant to look into parastatals and agency. But before we look into parastatal and agency, we need to look into some what we call IPSAS. For us to be able to sort out questions on those parastatals. We are going to look at IPSA 1. I've done IPSA 1 with you already. I'm meant to look into IPSA 2. I will look into IPSA 17. I will look into IPSA 3. I will look into IPSA 13. That's about 6 IPSAs that we can now go back to that parastatals and work things out. Thank you very much. God be with you. See you.
Sorry, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
This
I'm with
report,
you. Yeah.
this report, in the exam, how many marks does it carry, sir? The report alone.
If this question is meant to be given to you like this, it's going to be 30 marks, including the workings and what the report.
It's worth it.
Is that clear?
So I mean the report alone, so that I will see whether we can ignore it in exam.
You can't ignore it.
Like,
You can't ignore it. Don't work towards ignoring it. Learn how to write it, please. Don't ignore. Thank you very much.
I cannot find out such shortfall and not write this kind of reports. Their father.
Thank you. We need this kind of people in our system. Nigeria can come to normal. Anything that we need to work with, we need to work it out straight away. Don't hide anything. Okay, take care.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
sir. Thank you.
Olakunle, go and get ready. Take care, guys.
I will forward the solution and everything to you now.
Sir, before you go, hello, sir.
I'm with you.
See, let me say, I think I've written it somewhere in the comment section. This is about the most exciting, practical, and inspiring class I've ever sat in this. I can say it anywhere, you know, because we see a lot of bank reconciliation problems here and there.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Bless
Good
you.
night.
Sweet dream.
You too, sir. Olakunle.
Chief.
I will send you this guy number. Bello.
No, I'm not working with EFCC now.
No, now maybe we'll collect our own now. If we don't shake our small, we'll collect.
Send the number to EFCC.
Take care, my brother. Bye.
Yeah, Chief, bro.
All right.
All right then.